Hello, my name is Kirioth, and my voice is still ruined. It's only going to get worse from here. I made a massive fuss about it on Monday, and then I had to do one cut at the end of the video, which was a little bit annoying because it sounded as though I was making it way worse than it actually was. But no, after that I couldn't talk for like 2 hours, and I just coughed all the goddamn time. Somehow got through it okay. Hopefully repeat that performance now. That'd be nice, because then I won't have to cut the shit out of this to remove all of my horrendous zombie-like hacking and dying. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Well, there's some big stuff happening to the channel. We're changing things up. We need to talk about the channel and what's happening with it, and so that's what we're going to do today. And I think the best thing to do is just dive into it, and I'll try not to waffle or ramble, because I'm aware that I'm doing that a little bit more than I should at the moment. But yeah, let's do it. So, content changes. First things first, there are no longer going to be 5 videos a week on the channel. I kind of struggle to create 5 good videos a week just because of time constraints and, you know, having to look after my daughter and that kind of thing. And I prefer to do fewer videos, but fewer better videos is what it boils down to. I realised when I look back over the channel over the last few months that when I was, without technical issues obviously, when I'm hitting 5 videos a week, I feel like there's 3 decent videos and 2 videos. And the 2 videos also do very in terms of views. So what that says to me is that the 3 videos I work the hardest on, they do the best. The 2 that I make because I've spent all the rest of the time making the other 3 don't do as well. So stuff like first impressions are going to pretty much be gone, because let's be honest, you guys don't watch them. And that's fine. Like, I'm not having a go. I'm not saying you should watch every video I put out, but just in terms of sheer performance, first impressions videos on like indie games and stuff, they just don't do very well. You're not interested in the game, and you're not interested in what I have to say about it, so you don't watch the video, which is absolutely fine. But I know that, so why do I keep making them? Well, the answer is now I'm not going to keep making them, because there's no point. If you're not watching them, you're not enjoying them, and my whole thing for this channel is I want you to enjoy what you see. And clearly that's not happening with that style of video, so that style of video's got to go. And it is going. Instead, what I'm going to be doing is having 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So on those days you will see a video on the YouTube channel, guaranteed. And it'll be more stuff that's like to camera, like more stuff like the video about Peter and Warhammer, like the Nintendo Switch video, the silly one about why I'll never buy one, the stuff covering like the licking of the Nintendo Switch cartridges, a little bit of stuff like the Brash Games stuff, but not always to do with Brash Games. Like BS Patrol will become more regular because I enjoy making those, and I think it's a nice way to highlight things that I think need highlighting. You may not agree on occasions, but we'll just have to see how the videos do and see whether you agree or not. And yeah, more stuff like that. I want to make the videos funnier, I want to make them more interesting, I want to make them more entertaining, and to do that I'm going to put more effort into editing them and removing waffle and rambling, and just putting more relevant material into them, you know? So maybe cut them down from being like 20 minutes, but cut them down to 12-15 minutes of just quality stuff. Get rid of all the guff that surrounds it. So that's what I'm thinking in terms of content for the YouTube channel. Now, I really enjoy streaming, and I haven't been able to do it very often at all. I keep saying that I want to do more, but producing 5 videos a week, I just don't have time to stream. There is just literally no time. I cannot do both. I do not have the time to do both. I've got a 15-month-old daughter, as I've already mentioned. She takes time away from everything else in my life. So what I'm doing now is, instead of those 2 videos a week, there'll be 2 streams a week. That won't be, they'll be really good, obviously. So Monday, Wednesday and Friday, content on the YouTube channel. Tuesday and Thursday from about 3 PM to about 6 PM, there will be streams on the Twitch channel, which you can find the link down below. And Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. Those are going to be the established streams, and what I'm hoping to do is dot more streams around. So, like, if I've got, say, for instance, Eva's asleep by 9 o'clock on Wednesday, then little surprise stream on Wednesday. Say I've got some free time Monday night. No, not Monday night, Tuesday night. Then maybe a second stream on Tuesday. I'm hopefully going to be starting going to a friend's D&D campaign on a Monday night, so that'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to doing that. But yeah, so like Wednesdays, Thursdays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturday, whenever I've got a free evening, if I can, I'll stream. So 2 established streams, and then however many just random ass streams from about 9 PM GMT throughout the week, whenever I can do. So that's what I'm going for there. So to condense it, 3 videos a week on the channel, properly highly edited videos, more funny, more informative, more stuff to camera, dealing with stuff in the industry, news, games, all of that stuff. 2 set streams, and then other streams as I go. Drunksmith, hopefully going to do a bit more of that. It's a little bit tricky, as I say, just because of my daughter, but I'm going to try and get that more established and running more regularly, just trying to work out how to do it. And you'll have to give me a few weeks to get into it, because changing schedules around and getting into the swing of things will take a couple of weeks, but I'm hoping on the Tuesday and Thursday that I stream to have a video on the channel, but it'll be, you know, edited, cut down versions of streams. So I need a couple of weeks to be able to edit a stream into a highlight reel, and what I want to do is get a good couple of weeks built up before I start putting them on the channel on those Tuesday and Thursday slots, because otherwise I'm not going to have time to edit them. If I can get a nice buffer of a couple of weeks up, then that means that, you know, I'll have like 2 weeks worth of edited streams to put up, which gives me a couple of weeks at a time to edit the other streams that I do. It won't be every stream. It'll be streams that I think are exceptional, with exceptional moments. Those are the ones that will get edited down and put on the channel. So that's what I'm planning with that. The reason for that is, as I say, it's I enjoy streaming. I want to do more of it. I can't do 5 videos a week and stream, and I think that's a good compromise, because it also means getting away from doing the stuff that you're not watching and I'm not enjoying making. I enjoy making the camera stuff. I enjoy doing the news stuff, the opinion stuff, the silly videos. I like making those. I like making them a lot more than just straight up gameplay or straight up first impressions. So it's sort of in one fell swoop dealing with a few problems, getting rid of content that I find to be demoralizing in terms of performance, getting rid of content that I don't find as fun to make, improving the quality of the content that I do enjoy making, and giving me the opportunity to stream, which I really like doing as well. So that's what's happening in terms of content on the channel and on the stream. And now we get to the boring bit where we talk about money, because for the first time since its creation, the Patreon campaign has a goal. It has a $500 goal, and the first month that we hit that $500 goal, I will use the money to improve certain things. So I want to improve the camera so that the picture's better. I want to get a couple of soundproof panels, the standing ones, to put on this side of me, where my hand is just here. That I've just realised that the camera's mirrored. That's weird, because my daughter's room is next door. Where the guitars are there, she's on the other side of that wall. If she's having a nap, if she's asleep and she wakes up and she starts crying, it goes all over the audio, which, you know, babies do that, but when your own kid cries, it's a little bit annoying. When someone else's kid cries, it's the absolute worst. I don't want that stuff messing with the audio for videos or for streams. So I want to get a bit of soundproofing on this side just to mitigate that a little bit. It'll improve the audio quality anyway, because it's a little bit echoey over here, and it'll just boost the quality a bit, which is what I want. Now, why have I specifically set $500 as the goal? Well, a couple of months ago, I was doing okay on YouTube in terms of ad revenue. In fact, I was doing well enough that the $500 increase, not the $500 increase, the increase to $500 just about covers what I was getting from YouTube. Since then, we've had a whole kerfuffle. There's been a right mess. People have been pulling out of YouTube left, right and centre in terms of advertising. And to give you a very brief indication, a couple of months ago, I was getting between £80 to £110 a month, only for 3 months in a row, which is that's still really fucking good, obviously. But for 3 months in a row, I got a decent amount off ad revenue. It's been 70 days since the last time I was paid, and the limit is set to 60 quid, and I still haven't been paid. that should give you an idea as to just how much ad revenue has fallen for me on my channel. There's nothing there. I'm projected to have earned maybe £20 over the last 30 days. That's ridiculous. That is a lot of money to lose, especially when you're only working part-time, which I am, and I've never tried to make that a secret, by the way. I look after my daughter, and I do this. I make videos on YouTube for you guys, but that's hit me pretty hard. I'm not going to lie, and you can tell it's hit me hard because when the RAM went in my PC, I was considering selling that one, the cream one, which would have cut me up something severe because that's a huge sentimental value to me. But I thought I was going to have to do that purely because the lack of revenue from YouTube meant that I just didn't have the money required to replace the RAM. As in, it wasn't even a case of, oh, well, I'll have to switch stuff around. I physically did not have it. It just wasn't there. Someone very kindly stepped in and helped me out with that, to which, I mean, I'm grateful doesn't really cover it. But yeah, that's where we're at. I would, of course, massively appreciate reaching the $500 goal. If we don't, we don't. I'm not going to sit here and berate you for not giving me enough. That's not how I work, and you know that's not how I work. That's not how I view this. I always view this, what I'm doing is a privilege, and I think some people forget that this kind of thing is a privilege. The fact that you allow me to do this and you support me enough that I'm able to do it, that's one of the nicest things that's ever happened to me. And I'd say thank you. I've been told a little too much, but I don't think that's true, because it's you guys. You keep this going and you keep me going and you allow me to do this. So that's why there's a goal on Patreon, because I want to increase the production quality of the videos, and because it would help to bridge the gap between what I was getting from ad revenue and what I'm now not getting even remotely from ad revenue. If you can help out with that, I would appreciate it beyond words. If you can't, you can still watch the content, you can still watch the streams. I don't withhold anything. And in terms of, I have updated the Patreon campaign to show what I'm doing now with the channel in terms of the content structure. So if I've not explained it clearly, it is there in text, easy to understand. And I'm going to endeavour to interact more on Patreon now. With the only reward that I had before was the end slate. I don't like the idea of doing exclusive. This is the problem. I don't like the idea of doing exclusive videos, or here's the Patreon edit. Here's the thing that only you get to see. I don't like withholding stuff, and the overwhelming reaction I've had from people who do support me on Patreon when I brought up stuff like that is to say, well, we don't want that. That's not what we're supporting you for. So I'm going to continue on with the way I've been doing it. I'm going to actually probably talk more on Patreon than I have before. Now that the end slate is gone, which was the only reward, which is how you name the end slate. Now that that's gone, I want to use Patreon more for communication and talk to you guys more and get your thoughts more. But that's the only reward, because I just don't. I cannot find a way to make it so that people who aren't able to, and this is the thing. That's the thing that it comes down to. Some people just physically cannot do it. They either don't have enough money to do a monthly pledge on Patreon, or they don't have the means to do it. And I don't want people who are not able to do something due to their circumstances to be sitting there and thinking, well, I really want to, I can't, and there's all this stuff that I can't see because I'm not in a comfortable position, or I'm not in a place where that is possible. I don't like the idea of that. I always find that to be very, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. It's something that's up for discussion. Obviously, everything that I've talked about is up for discussion. Like, if you have any thoughts about the content plan, or what you'd like to see from streams, or whether you prefer to see more videos on the channel or anything like that, then obviously let me know in the comments below. I'm sort of going backwards and forwards on the Patreon thing, in terms of upping the goal, but I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to put it up. I've put it up already, but I'm just going to leave it up. If we reach it, we reach it. If we don't, I'm still eternally grateful for the fact that you support me to that goal or not to that goal. Frankly, it's still a source of amazement to me that you're prepared to do that. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. yeah, I think that does it. So next video will be on Friday. There will be a stream tomorrow, and hopefully my voice will return by that point. Thank you very much for watching, and all the usual guff still applies. If you like the video, subscribe and all that bollocks. And of course there is a link to Patreon there. That's somewhere, who cares. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.